Welcome back to another Q&A the Librarian Way. My name is Emily from the Gnoming Librarian.
And I'm Julia from Stylish in the Stacks.
And Valentine's Day is just around the corner.
Yay.
Is Cupid's arrow going to shoot any one of us this year? So we are talking about Valentine's Day in our libraries. So just different ideas that we have, what we love to do, what we don't, and we've got our questions in a bowl all on this topic. So.
And before we start, I have to give a shout out because I heard that my high school freshman English teacher, who is now a librarian, watches our videos.
Oh, sweet.
And so, hey Jennifer.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching. Okay, first question is, has your library offered any alternative Valentine's options for teens other than the whole lovey-dovey thing?
I basically
You do.
only
You do, yeah. You only do alternative, yeah.
We hosted.
You're not bitter against Valentine's Day,
I'm not.
are you?
But I'm not a huge fan of Red Hearts and Roses.
And neither are teens most of the time.
Most
yeah.
of them are pretty surly, and they
Yeah.
like the idea of, I don't know,
Yeah.
not the Valentine's Day.
Yeah, they
Except
like
you
doing
get
the opposite.
hormonal ones in there that like to
do.
share seats when there's not supposed to be seat sharing.
Yeah, yeah.
So each year, except for this year, we are taking a break this year. I did an anti-Valentine's Day party, which got some people in a huff, the
Really?
anti-Valentines instead of like un-Valentines, but we had adults show up at the programs, which was awkward.
Nice.
But we would make duct tape roses, and we watch a Tim Burton movie, and there would just be, it's really just Valentine's Day. There was nothing anti about it. We did have a graffiti wall of really bad romance covers that weren't too inappropriate that the kids could draw on, which was hilarious. We'd have contests. We made anti-Valentine's Day dolls where they got to, it was just a black gothic like doll.
That was a little creepy.
Yeah, and hilarious just to watch the kids sew. Was
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
funny. There ended up puffy paint got everywhere, so that kind of got dialed down. But we would get anywhere. We did Stomp Your Hearts the last couple of years where we would tie a black balloon around their ankle, and then they'd have to go try to stomp the heart, the balloon of the other kids.
I hate the sound of
I do
balloons
too.
popping. Like that just makes my heart race thinking about it.
But it was a lot of fun. We usually had anywhere, the first year I had planned, no teens sign up in my library for programs.
Yeah.
Planned for 10, got 45. So luckily I had some extra stuff to get us going. And I would have anywhere from 25 to 35 every year, so it was a good turnout.
I had a student ask me yesterday when you were having yours this year, so now I have to tell her you're not.
We're not. We're going to do a Mad Hatter Mad Hatter lock-in. So that
That's
was our
awesome.
kind of
She'll blog
alternative
about
in
it.
March. Yes. So that's
cool.
We can
I
only
love
have
anything
so many
else in
programs.
Wonderland.
I do
Yeah,
too.
you can only do so many programs, and it's you yourself don't want to get bored with it, so you need to switch.
And
it up
I
every
was
now
feeling
and
that
then.
there are a
Yeah.
few programs that I've done consistently now
Yeah.
that I feel kind of I need a break.
Yeah.
I need to refresh.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they'll come back, but
Yeah.
I need some new ideas. So.
I every now and then will do some kind of display that's not very lovey. Like we've done, like half of a bulletin board is lovey books and half are unlovey books. I think I put like, do you want a lovey Valentine's Day or an unlovey Valentine's Day?
I think it's kind of nice to have the alternatives because if a kid is not in a relationship,
Yeah,
then they don't feel
which
out
is
of
like
it.
what 80% of the kids
Yeah.
probably.
So they,
yeah.
if they haven't coupled up, then
Yeah.
hey, just come have fun at a
Yeah.
fun program and not feel like you're part of a couples group.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I've seen the what are they like? Where you can speed date a book, or you can go on a blind date with a book, so you can check out a book that's been covered and you don't know what's underneath it. So that's kind of cool that you
Yeah.
can do something
You can
like that. That would be a
definitely
fun little
incorporate
display.
something like
So, yeah.
Yep. Awesome. Next question. What are your favorite Valentine's related books?
I am really loving Jennifer E. Smith right now. The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight. That was a cute one. I actually tweeted her yesterday.
Did she tweet
Side
back?
story, yes.
I love it when authors
Yes.
do that.
So I tweeted her the outfit that I designed for Hadley from the book, and Hadley in the book wears a bridesmaid dress for like 50% of the book, and it's lavender. So I made a lavender bridesmaid like outfit, and I sent it to her, and not only did she tweet back and say that she liked it, but she said it was how she pictured it.
Nice. That's exciting.
That was like a huge compliment.
That's
So
exciting.
I'm a big fan of her stuff, and then I really, of course, like Simone Elkeles. So do all of my
I've
kids.
not read this one.
Oh, it's right behind you.
I
You need to
know.
pick it up. Perfect
I
Chemistry.
know.
It will fly off your shelves. I think I have like 10
I mean,
copies.
it's very rarely in my library.
Yeah, it's hard to keep on
I
the
just
shelf. And she is also a very cool author. She sent me autographed posters, like 50 posters of actors that were playing the characters, and they were like hunky men without their shirts on. And I was sending these posters home with kids. I thought moms are probably freaking out, like, what is your library giving you? But I mean, those are some good tried and true romance.
Yeah, I really like Jennifer E. Smith. I'm a huge Sarah Dessen, Stephanie Perkins, E. Lockhart, Morgan Matson fan. So I'm a huge fan of chick lit. I love a good teen romance. That's kind of focused and deals with issues that are important as well.
It's kind of nice that you can take Valentine's Day to focus, because I feel like dystopian or some other genres have kind of overshadowed romance lately. I feel like there's a smaller percentage of my students who are reading romance, so it's kind of nice to have a holiday that just highlights that. So.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. How do you celebrate Valentine's Day in your library?
We are going this year, since we're not doing the anti-Valentine's Day party, we have some passive programs planned, and we're going to get some cupcakes. So as long as the teens are behaving and cooperating.
Watch our last video to find out more about that.
We will probably have a Just Dance tournament. That's
fun.
A couple weeks ago we had that. We had some leftover food from a staff quarterly meeting, and so I had cookies and pie and stuff left, and I didn't want to take it home because I don't need to take it home. So the kids could compete for the chance for a prize. So we will probably do something like that.
That's fun.
We'll definitely do a display, which is going to be a lot of fun. So
that's cool.
Something kind of laid back this year, passive programs.
Yeah, we're pretty laid back with it in the school realm. I mean, we just basically do some displays. I do use candy hearts a lot in little displays like these. You can find templates online where you can make your own conversation hearts with different things on them. So that's kind of fun to maybe put like a book title on one or some cute little messages.
We did a stacking contest.
Oh, that's cute. That's really cute.
Or I had to make a sculpture out of
Yeah, that's cute. And then one thing we tend to do around the holidays is like when a student checks out a book, we'll stamp their receipt with like a holiday related stamp, or give them like a heart bookmark, or every 10th student gets a box of candy hearts, something like that. Just something very small and doesn't take a lot of planning.
Yeah,
isn't so overwhelming. So
what are your favorite book display ideas focused on Valentine's Day? We mentioned a few. You said lovey and not lovey.
Yes. I actually went to a jewelry store recently, and when I walked in, they had like a big foam heart that had like 25 arrows sticking in it, and it was just a cute little display. And I thought, that would be just a cute thing to do in the library. Maybe put the name of a book at the end of the arrow, or just something like that. And then we also will take photos of people throughout the building. Like, so at Halloween we might do a thriller, like a nail biter, and so like around Valentine's Day we might do like a lovey,
I've definitely done the makeup and breakup one, which is fairly popular. So I usually have the two. I have one with the red hearts and roses, and then like the black hearts. So that's I haven't really thought about. I need to get on that and put that up. What ours is going to be this year.
You can make origami hearts, 3D hearts. Yeah. It's kind of like a, do you want a Nicholas Sparks approach or an Edgar Allan Poe approach? There's kind of the two.
I don't mind Valentine's Day. I think
I don't either.
Starting early, I mean, it's just another day, and that's one thing in my library that to get kids too much out of the routine is a little bit of trouble. It's on a Friday this year.
It is.
So it'll be a little quieter in my library too, and we have shortened hours. So.
Well, and you don't have to focus on books that are romance. You could just talk about the love of reading, like being in love with books. You can really generalize it.
Or what? So. Yeah. What do you love? What there's a lot you can do with that. That's fun. So. Yeah. Awesome.
Okay. Fun question. And it is, what did you want to be when you were little?
I wanted to be an archaeologist. I think I was pretty convinced I could be Indiana Jones. And I wanted to discover lost civilizations and play in the dirt. And I went to college and studied history and took several archaeology classes, and then realized I don't want to be hunting
Yeah.
for a job my whole life. I don't want to be
Yeah.
searching for, actually I don't want to be a fundraiser, and that's a lot of what they do is raising funds for digs in different places. So
Yeah.
I stuck with the history, and I randomly ended up in libraries. Not really randomly. I'm a library kid. But, yep, archaeologist. We studied ancient Egypt in 6th grade, and I learned about Howard Carter, and that was it.
And
I was
that
like,
hooked
I'm going to be
you?
Howard Carter.
Yeah.
I'm going to discover,
That's
the
awesome.
next tomb, and like, and make it accessible to the
Right.
masses. It's like, I'll share history
Yeah.
with everyone. So.
Were you the library, I mean, I think we're kind of the same. We were both library kids, but yet neither one of us really considered to be a librarian as a career growing up. Like,
No, I fought
we just
it.
liked the library.
Everyone around me knew I was going to end up a librarian. Every
Oh,
single
I
person.
don't
I
think
started
anyone did.
working in a library when I was just turned 15. I mean, like literally the week after I turned 15. So I have been in libraries 16 years. I've only ever worked in a library. But it wasn't until after my graduate degree, or my undergraduate degree, I went on to do the Race for the Cure downtown with my mom, and we were walking by IUPUI's library, and I turned to her, and she's like, say it. Just say it. I was like, I'm going to be a librarian, aren't I? And she's like, yes.
Yes, you are.
Everybody knew but me.
That's cute, though.
So.
When I was little, I wanted to be an ice skater in the
Nice.
Olympics.
Can you ice skate now?
No. I mean, I have ice skated probably 5 times in my life.
Can you leave the wall?
After you give me about a good 10-minute warm-up.
I don't ever leave the wall.
Now, and I have a video, before we had kids, my husband and I went on like an ice skating date, and he was videotaping me. So I'm like trying to look really good, and I like have my groove going, and I'm like doing my shuffle skate, and I'm like, I'm feeling good. And I start to pass these girls, and they were probably teenagers, and as I pass them, I realize I'm losing my footing, and all of a sudden I do the fastest half circle ever right in front of them, so where I'm facing them, and they scream, I scream, like we're all like jumbled together. It's all on video, of course, but you can bet that I will be watching the Olympics ice skating. My favorite is the ice skating pairs, Charlie White and Meryl Davis. I've been following them for about 5 years, and I love them, so they're the favorite to win, and I hope they do. But and then when I became like 4th grade, that's when I turned to wanting to be a teacher. And I was that kid who always wanted, if my teacher was going to throw away their old grade book or something, or like their old teacher edition, oh my gosh, to have the teacher edition where the answers were in red, and a whistle. I always carried around a whistle. I was ridiculous. So, yeah.
Ice skating, in college, we went on my residence hall floor, went ice skating, and I don't leave the wall. So I just kind of pulled myself along on the wall, and there was this guy coming at me that wasn't a part of our group with his girlfriend, and he wasn't going to leave the wall. You could tell. And he was like this young, athletic-looking guy, so he looked ridiculous.
Those are the best.
So we get to the point, though, where we meet, and we just look at each other like I don't know. I'm not letting go. So we did this really awkward, and his girlfriend's almost on the floor rolling, laughing. Like he reaches over me, and I'm scooting because we refuse.
So you can still hold on.
Yeah. So we always
You're
had
like
at
the
least
kid in the
one
swimming
arm.
pool that like won't let go of the side.
I could roller skate though. I had no trouble with. I don't think I could do it now, but I had no trouble with roller skating when I was.
I couldn't
little,
rollerblade. I could roller skate. I couldn't rollerblade. I always fell right over. That was the worst.
Trying to balance on that thin line. Who does that? No.
Really, rollerblading has kind of left.
It has.
It's not really around anymore.
No, they were really ridiculous looking too. People in rollerblades, especially when they'd have knee pads on.
Yeah, the whole get-up, the elbow pads, the
yeah.
helmet. I mean, you need that stuff.
You need to be safe.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
You look a little
if you're gonna
ridiculous.
rollerblade, be protected. But yeah, you do look a little silly. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. Hopefully, you have a wonderful Valentine's Day. We will be back next week with the topic. What are we talking? I don't know what we're talking about.
I don't remember. It's planned, but
Yes.
we don't remember it.
As always, leave comments and questions below or head over to thelibrarianway.com. We'll be blogging during the week, and we will see you later.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, yes. I'm excited for the Olympics, except I get obsessed with it, and then I realize it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
You and everyone else, I mean, some people literally like get cable or DVR so that they can tape and tape and tape.
I remember, I think it was maybe 2 Summer Olympics go. I mean, I was bad last Summer Olympics, but it would come on like the prime time, 8 o'clock, and then it'd go till about 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, and I would sit there watching things I had absolutely no interest in, and I'm like, but I have to watch.
I have to watch. Is China going to beat Russia or not?